So, Dad, we wanted you to recount your experiences in World War II, like where you started out and what you did.
Well, to start out with, many of my friends were drafted in 1942, and I had a 6-month deferment because my father was sick, and I had to help him with his business. So I didn't get into the service until February 43, where we had a quick orientation and put on a train to my basic training down in Miami Beach. It was very hot down there. But we marched up and down Collins Avenue singing, "Into the air, Army Corps." And we had a basic training, and then I was sent to non-com school.
But you were in the Air Corps. You were in the Army Air Corps.
Right.
Okay.
And my assignment was 283, matter of fact. That was an instructor, physical education instructor. And we went to a non-com school down there so I could get a promotion to staff sergeant. And when we finished the course, they froze all of the appointments, so I remained a corporal, like Hitler. And I spent 2 years down on Miami Beach as a phys ed instructor until the Battle of the Bulge. And when that happened, they took us out of the Air Corps, put us in the infantry. I had a 6-week basic training at Camp Gordon, Georgia. Spent a week up in Fort Meade, Maryland, getting gas mask training. And we went to Shanks up in New York, from where we were shipped out. During the course of the first 2 years, my father passed away, 4/4/44. And I couldn't get a flight out. And they put me on a train. The following day, I didn't get up to New York until after the funeral, so I missed the funeral. But we were at Camp Shanks. We were quarantined. And coincidentally, he had his unveiling at that time, and I couldn't get out because we were quarantined. So I missed the unveiling as well. However, went over to Europe on a 17-ship convoy. I was on a French ship. It was disgusting. But we got across, and I landed in Le Havre. Big, huge, I don't know what you'd call it, but it was a training center that received a lot of the GIs coming, the replacements. I went over as a replacement in the 104th Infantry. We went to Bonn, Germany, where I was given a rifle and a belt of ammunition and assigned to the 104th. The 104th, that was in 1945. 104th was sent to Bitterfeld, Germany first, where we want to make sure that there was no further uprisings. And we were there to help keep the peace. And from there, we went to Holly on the Solly River, and we did the same thing there. And there again, we were shipped to Dölnitz, Germany, where we waited until we were reassigned to the Pacific. And in July of 45, we went to San Luis Obispo, where we were billeted there, and we were there for a short period of time. When the Japs saw me coming, they quit.
Go back to when the Germans saw you coming.
Well, when the Germans saw me coming, we were in Bitterfeld. As a matter of fact, in April of 45, when President Roosevelt died, I was lying on a hard double-decker bed, no mattress, just boards. And the news came across that he passed away. And that was in April of 45. And in May, that's when the Germans decided to quit. They saw Sorota coming. So we were back to California. And
Dad, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want you to talk about your in the concentration camp when you're...
Well, when I went to Bitterfeld, on our way to Bitterfeld, the company had come across Nordhausen concentration camp, and they had liberated, the division had liberated the concentration camp, but our company may or may not have been involved, I'm not sure. But there was really little or nothing to see at Nordhausen from my point of view, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
And shortly after the Japanese decided to stop, we spent another 6 months out in San Pedro, California, which is right on the ocean, and had a good time in California, where I was separated from the service. Went back to Brooklyn, New York, February of 1946, where I went back to school and met my lovely wife.
And the rest is history.
And the rest will remain history.
Okay. Thank you.
Encore, encore.
Now let's see.